Alright, it's kind of late Sunday afternoon. I didn't have any time to work in the shop yesterday with other activities outside the shop stuff, you know. I have to do other things besides mess with cars sometimes. And it's, let's see, oh my gosh, 68 in the middle of January. Well, I guess I can't do a cold start today, then can I? Alright, my intention for this day was to put the front clip on it. Get the body work on it so I can see how to route the wiring for the headlights and where to put the IDM and the fuse panel, and see about how to route my air cleaner stuff. But I kind of ran out of time. I'm sure each of you has experienced that at some point in your life. But I'll show you some stuff that happened during the week. One is I got these new old stock KD 517 lights with a new gasket. That's pretty cool. A little bit pricey, but really not that bad. I think it was like 50 bucks for them too. I only got 2 of them though, and I need one more. So I bought some used ones here on the eBay. I don't remember that being in the picture. I guess I ain't gonna complain, but maybe I should. You know? I got some really cool amp. Oops, I just dropped it. And oil lights. Some things are super cool, at least in my opinion. I got these. I got 2 of those. They're going to be for the turn signal indicators on the dash. We'll put them, I don't know, I got to iron everything out, but maybe the indicators, something like that. And then the oil and amp lights, something like that. And then I got 3 of these, each in a different color. I think this will be my wait to start, or my check engine I mean, and then got a couple other colors for wait to start, and I think I'm going to have a light for the glow plugs. And that's just a sensor. And I got some other cool stuff here somewhere. Maybe I'll show you. Oh, I got that. I don't know. I probably shouldn't have got that. I'm not going to use it, at least for this project. And I got a weather pack kit. That's pretty cool. That'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 6, I think, wire connectors, which should come in pretty handy. And I think that's going to be my dome light. I think. That's from a boat, or for a boat. Well, that look alright up in there, wouldn't it? It's got a switch on the side. And then with temperatures like this, one's thoughts turn towards heat and air condition. I have a unit, the rear AC unit, out of like a Suburban or something. I think that'll fit up under the dash. And then I think I'm going to run the old heater, which goes there on the under the dash, just because it'll look cool. I really want this thing to look as stock and period correct as possible. So I'm not going to do too much bling bling, you know. I want it to be cool. Speak softly and carry a big stick, kind of cool, you know. Alright, here's what I just did. I devised a tab on the end there so that I can bolt that whole fuse panel in securely and tacked it in place. Got carriage bolts going through here. So that should be pretty cool. It'll work pretty good. My neighbor's got him a new 4-wheeler, which means they have lots of friends right now. You know how that goes, right? And I could even make a nice ground location there. Anyway, we're getting it. Alright, I'm going to show you a little trick here. I need to get this wire, which is going to be for my clearance lights, up through this post. So One thing I've done is part of this wire is gonna pass through there, and for abrasion resistance, I just put a piece of vacuum hose on it and taped it securely. But sometimes it's hard to get a little wiggly wire through a narrow place like that. So what I'm gonna do, I got some rebar tire wire here, and that's easy to stick down through. Then I'll tape that into the wire through there and pull it up. Probably most of you know that, but some may not. Let's see how it works here. You always want to be careful you don't poke yourself in the eye with your wire. There it is, easy as pie. Mrs. Heavy Chevy couldn't let it pass. I had to crank up our four-wheeler. Now she's out there, you know, riding around. Anyways, I painted the little bracket for my fuse panel, and now I don't have any paperwork with this fuse panel, so I'm going to read the wires and make a diagram about which fuse is supposed to do what. This is power input, so I can begin figuring out how to do the wiring, you know? I'll tell you what, this stuff takes a lot of thinking. When you're broke and trying to save money, it takes even more thinking. Because this is a kit, but I don't know what everything does. But I think I figured it out. Made myself a little diagram that's mostly illegible. So I've discovered a few things. That pink wire there is for the coil, and won't be requiring that circuit, being a diesel and all. And there's a few other things here I won't need, like the wiper switch, wiper power, since I got vacuum wipers. But I'll keep it just in case, you know. Alright, now that I got that ironed out, or at least that part of it, I can bolt it to the panel once the paint dries and start wiring things up. But before I get into that, I need to try to figure out what I'm going to do with the instrument panel. I might think on that a little bit here. Here's something I might need to ask the young man about. Makes me wonder why there's green paint all over there. Alright, here's what I gotta think upon now. This is the original instrument panel. This is the original one out of the 96. And with a little measuring, that tachometer would fit inside there. The speedometer would fit inside there. And possibly the fuel gauge and battery voltmeter. Wouldn't be room for this. Oil pressure and temp. That's a switch anyway. It's either on or off. I think that works, but I don't know. I got to give that a little thought. I'm going to take this apart and see what I can do. This appears to be in segments. See there? Let me see what's up with it. How hard could it be, right? Well, it's flat now, ain't it? Looked all complicated and all. It's dusty under there, faux show. Alright, let me see how to get this apart the rest of the way. Well, here's one thing I discovered. Those pop out right easy. And I bet you with a little bit of thought, one could make those work. Even if they ain't in here. But what I gotta figure out is about this. Almost wish I had a junk one to tear apart. So make sure I don't mess up this one. But, you know, it's not always possible. I'm going to take the cover off this, and then I better do some studying. I got to figure out which wires do what and how in the world I'm going to make this work. But it's getting late. I might work on it a little more. in the middle of the week. But let me take this apart and see how that is. Alright. Here's what I think. I haven't got this all figured out yet, but I've disassembled this. These are some nice looking gauges. It's almost a shame to take this crap apart, but you know, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. Look at the detail they used in these things. It's just... Anyways, I think if I trim this piece here a little, and I do some trimming on this plastic, and I do some creative stuff, I can make this work, I think. Would be nice to have a more modern, not more modern, the vintage looking numbers and stuff here. I don't know, maybe I can find somebody to make me a sticker or something. Anyways, I got some more research to do, but that's what I'm thinking. And everything starts by thinking. Or not thinking. Or something like that. Anyways, that concludes this video for tonight. I'm going to ring the bell. Wasn't real ringy, was it? I can't crank it up no more because I got everything disconnected, but you know, that'll come. That'll come again. Please hit the like button if you like it. It does help out. So subscribe if you haven't. Like Whalen Wire. I was looking at my analytics and half the people who watch aren't subscribed. So if you could subscribe, you could watch more videos. You know, if that's what you want to do. I still got a ton to do on this thing. Yes, sir. One thing I figured out when I was looking at the fuse panels, I need an accessory position for my switch, and this is either on or off, so I might have to do something with that, but I'll figure it out. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. Alright, I know I said it was the end of the video, but I was staying in here thinking, scratching my head, you know. One guy was, you know, he's nice enough about it, but argued with me a little bit about, I said that this truck had 24,367 miles on it. That is the instrument cluster. And he said, no way. This truck's too old. It's got way more than that. Well, those are the original pedals that were in it. They ain't too wore out, are they? This truck came from a vineyard in Gowanda, New York. At least that's what my dad told me. And then a couple other things. People keep leaving the comment, it's an engine, not a motor. Racing motor oil. What's this here say? Mobile 1 Advanced Full Synthetic Motor Oil. I'll be doggone. And then there's stuff like Motor Honey. The police have a motor pool. There's a band called Motorhead, I think. You get the idea. The last one wasn't really relevant, but you don't use Wolf's Head Racing motor oil in an electric motor. So while you may be technically correct, I ain't the only one who's wrong. A few more popped in my head. What's Detroit known as? Is it Engine City? I don't think so. You know? Something called the Motor Mile. I think that's in Detroit too. I digress. I had a girlfriend once who was a motor mouth. She wouldn't never shut up. If you like old cars, a lot of times people call you a motor head. You know? What's this? Motor Auto Repair Manual. I'll be doggone. People got this all mixed up. It's a travesty. Look there, dream garages. I got my dream garage, or at least one of my dreams. So I bought this book to look at other people's dream garages, and look who the publisher is. Motor Books. Well, I'll be doggone. You hear that? Burp, burp. That's a motorcycle. And the noise it's making ain't from an electric motor. I'm just saying. Now I'm sure some of y'all have been to Charlotte Motor Speedway, where they race electric motors around the track. Boy, I wish he'd quit riding that motorcycle.